Natasha speaking. A summary of the text novel. This text takes place at an orphanage at Christmas Eve. Mrs. Hathaway is bringing some children downstairs and she is making them look presentable. There are 17 children lined up, boy, girl, boy, girl. The first couple arrived. They told Mrs. Overton that they were thinking about a girl. Therefore, Mrs. Hathaway started telling about each girl. The couple then told Mrs. Overton which girl they wanted, and she fixed the paperwork. Mrs. Overton wanted to assure that the couple knew about the 48-hour agreement. She then looked at Mrs. Hathaway and said that the couple wanted Melinda. Throughout the afternoon, couples kept arriving and leaving with a child. A few of the couples had never tried it before, so they were a little nervous. The couples that had tried it before pre-ordered the children and arrived in the morning for express pickup.
Trina is speaking. A characterization of Mrs. Hathaway and Mrs. Overton. Mrs. Hathaway is the one that takes care of the children. She makes sure that they are presentable so the couples will rent the children. Mrs. Hathaway also takes care of the children when they are not rented. We think that Mrs. Hathaway is staying with the children at the orphanage, taking care of the children. She seems like a very caring lady. Mrs. Overton takes care of all the practical stuff. When the couples come to rent a child, she is the first one they meet and talk to. When they have decided which kid they want, she is the one that takes care of all the paperwork. She seems a little strict, like every normal businesswoman will be.
Clara is speaking. An analysis of the business-like nature of the Christmas kit arrangement. Christmas kit is about renting a child for Christmas and then giving it back afterwards. You can compare it to renting a car. When you rent a car, you have to bring it back in the same condition as when you first got it. If you don't bring the car back at the right time, there will be consequences. A consequence could be that you might not get your deposit back. It's the same terms when you rent a Christmas kit. When you rent a Christmas kit, you have to take care of it as if it was your own child. And when you rent a car, you must look out for it as if it was your own car. In both cases, you get a thing that is yours for some time and then you have to give it back.